2 draws, time for a win, obviously.
Yeah, it'd be nice, of course. We want to win the game. We were hoping to beat Queen's Park, but obviously drew that one. But Arbroath last week's a tough game, as we saw, and it was. I still stand by the pitch. It was a nice looking pitch, but dry, sticky, and the wind is just horrendous. Every time we go there, it's been the same. But no excuses. We've got 2 points out of it, but we want a wee win on the board soon. That'd be great.
With the draw against Cove in the Cup, what needs to change, do you think, this time?
I think we've got to realise that teams are going to come here and realise we're a good team, and they're going to make it difficult for us. Now, maybe away from home, teams are more open when we can just play our football and get through them and hopefully get a couple of goals. But at home, sometimes teams come and make it difficult and try and frustrate you. So we're going to have to find a way to handle that frustration at times. But we've got the quality to unlock them, but make sure we give nothing away at the other end. So a wee bit of everything, a wee bit of that nous I keep talking to my team about. I mean, we've lost Kit Broadfoot last year, who is experienced and sometimes can help the younger boys through when we're having a tough game. So, but we've got a lot of experienced ones now who have played plenty of games. They have to find a way. But we're unbeaten this season. It's disappointing that we've only got 2 draws in the league, but we'll get through in the cup, and a win on Saturday would just really make it an excellent start.
Any changes coming up? Any new boys coming in?
No new boys coming in, no. I'm quite happy with what I've got. We've got a couple of wee niggles here and there, but we'll see how they are come tomorrow and then see where they are Saturday. So we'll be able to pick a team, and hopefully it's a team that can go out and win the game.
And in terms of the actual lineup, everybody's fit?
No, a couple of niggles, as I say. There's a couple of long-termers, don't get me wrong, but there's 1 or 2 carrying little knocks as well, so we'll have to see how they are and assess where they are. But we've got training was bright again this morning. Boys are happy as Larry and seem upbeat. So I know I've got whatever I choose. I've still got even though there's a couple of niggles, I've still got plenty of players to choose and plenty to choose in different positions. So we'll be putting out a strong team, and we'd like to get that win, of course. Cheers.
Thank you.
I think when like that, maybe the referee should say something, or is it just in case they get through it? Because, as you know, from a fan perspective, it was doubt.
It was. Listen, it wasn't a strong enough win, Stevie, to ask for it. I think there'll be some times when it gets a couple of notches above that win that we'll maybe have to start looking at it. But it wasn't good to watch, and as I said, and I stand by that as well, I'm glad that fixture's out of the way. If it was raining, I would have been pretty happy, you know that, even with the wee wind, because at least the surface would have been slick and we could have got the ball moving. But if the wind wasn't holding up, then any time we did get it down, and the Arbroath, it's not just us, any time we did get it down against the wind, it just sticky. It's hard to. It wasn't even a running pitch for like our attacking players. That's all I meant. They're used to it, and fair play to them, they handle the wind better than most teams. You'd expect that because they're going to have it a lot. But I think it stifled Arbroath at times well, but it certainly stifled us, where we got to play it better, because sometimes we got try to get it done too much in the second half and playing, they were just stepping in front of us. Sometimes you've just got to play the elements. But I can understand where the one thing I don't want is wind, of course, but you don't want a dry pitch with that wind. It's a nightmare. I would rather it was raining and windy, because at least you're getting a surface to keep it nice and slick.
No, good point. So looking at Cove, I mean, you know Jim well, obviously, best of friends. Did he surprise you in the League Cup stages? Was there something you didn't really know about them that you could maybe take into this game, or is it?
Not really. No, they're a team that they've got a small squad, and I know he wants to add more, but that's for Jim to talk to the press about, no me. But one thing I know is how organised he is and how he'll get the best out of what he's got. So that's what made it tough. And they've got some good players. So we never took it lightly. It wasn't that disappointing. We'd have loved to win it. But it was more the case where we had to get through. And a point and then winning the penalty shootout was a good result for us because we were getting through the cup. If we won it, we probably wouldn't have been a seeded team anyway. So the way it's turned out, it was just making sure. It was a tricky one for us to handle. Do we go for the win and then they score and sucker punches and we end up 9 points and worried, or do we take the point and we win the penalty shootout? So I was caught in between a rock and a hard place there, and that's what my thinking was on the day. So the point in the penalty shootout win was a good result for us because we qualified out the group as winners, which was great.
And good to have Robbie Dees back in the squad. I know he's been a
brilliant. No, DZ is well. You see with the interest that's been in him and the type of player he is. He's a really important player for us, and it's brilliant to see him back. He was frustrated. He was suspended the first couple of games. He didn't know, and then we had to tell him, at the start of the season, and he was like, he was shocked, but he was scunnered. He's a big guy who loves his football, great about the place, so it's brilliant for us to have him back in the squad.
And lastly, what in all the stuff for half time, it's just a wee knock and see one of these niggles that might keep.
He's one of the ones we're going to be checking on because he took a sore one when he landed, and we'll see how he is. But we've got plenty to cover in all positions, as I say. So I just want it where if one goes out, the other one steps in, does a job, and it's up to him to keep his jersey.
Right, good luck Saturday, mate.
Cheers, Stevie boy.
Max Ram, how's he coming along?
He had a wee. It was in the Celtic game, and there was a wee pain in his thigh, and we thought maybe a wee tear, but it's taking longer than what we think. So been a few weeks for him, but he's progressing well as well. It's not a long termer, but it's been one that's been worse than what we thought. We got him scanned, and we could see it was to do with the tendon, so it's a wee bit longer than a tear.
Okay, thanks Billy. All the best
All
for
right,
Saturday.
no boss on. Cheers.